Project Beacon, simply stated, is that we are wanting to build a community of belonging where adults with autism and other neurodiversities can live, work, learn, and play, and be a part of something that is bigger than themselves. Our ultimate goal is to build an intentional residential community, but that's not where we're starting. Where we're starting is this year. In fact, just recently, we held our very first social enrichment program.
A social enrichment event is an opportunity for adults with autism to connect with each other and do fun things in the community and do things that they really enjoy. Our adults on the spectrum, once they get out of school, tend to become very socially isolated. Oftentimes they don't get a lot of opportunity to leave their home, and that's true actually for their parents and their caregivers. So what we intend to do and are doing with social enrichment events is to give those individuals that connection point, to be able to meet other peers who are interested in the same things that they are interested in, practice those social skills, which tend to be more challenging for people on the spectrum. And just like anything else, we have to practice things in order to get better and better. So our social enrichment events are going to be moving into part-time and then full-time individualized day programming where we're working on independent skills, we're working on vocational skills, we're working on keeping ourselves physical every day and doing physical activity. The most scientifically validated approach to that is applied behavior analysis. Programs with that behavioral underpinning have the best outcomes. And so Project Beacon is going to be maximizing those scientifically validated approach for helping individuals with autism learn new skills, maintain those skills, and continue to acquire skills in a natural environment.
So our nearer term goals after individualized day program, the logical choice is, what do we want our adults to be able to do? You know, for some of them, it's really just about a track to employment and the highest level of independence that they can get to. That's what we're looking for. To do that, we'd like to have some vocation training programs, and that can look like employment skills. It could be classes in pre-vocational adjustment training, getting them ready for some of the crucial skills that, quite frankly, we all need, but maybe they just have a different starting place. So vocational, that work component. But to get ready for independent, supported independent living in a residential community, there's another step. Like, how do you go from mom and dad's house into that supported community and know that you're going to be successful? But we'd like to do a transition academy where we can start with just step out programs, understanding what it's like to be away from your home and be more independent in your living skills on a day-to-day basis and navigating life. So that transition academy is a crucial step. It's not just go from mom and dad's house to, now I'm going to be successful, hand you the keys, here you go, but really making it a purposeful, supported way for you to make that transition into another kind of daily living setting.
Solving this residential problem, to me, is very personal, number one. I've got a son, and I think as a parent, you're always thinking about how you position your kids for success going forward. And for Tommy and his situation, finding a caring, empathetic community for him that it will allow him to continue to grow and learn is like mission critical. Developing a sustainable residential community has a ton of moving parts. So when you think about location, one of the pillars of the Beacon answer is being in community. So being in community is essential. We're not going to be out in the middle of nowhere. We want to have our community part of the bigger community.
For one thing, we're not in the big city, Houston. Nothing against Houston, but there is a lot of energy right there. You go out into the county, it lowers that energy, which I think for our purposes is important. The abundance of trees, greenery, setbacks, forestation, things like that, all play into exactly what we're trying to do, to create an environment where they can see light, they can see trees, they can walk, they can play, and it's all safe.
So it's going to take us time to identify the site, enter into some kind of commercial arrangement, raise the funds, construct the location, and open the doors. I mean, it's a journey. You know, we need to be establishing ourselves in the special needs IDD community with real tangible offerings before the concrete dries.
Architecture can offer so much more than it generally does. You might show somebody a wall that's green, but they get the after image, which is red, which is not a very good color to stay calm. So in this particular case, I think that mostly it has to be a very comfortable and quiet environment. And that inspires me because it is necessary, and it isn't done all the time, and it is more difficult, and it can be done, and it will be done.
How everyone can help is, increasing awareness is got to be a big starting point. So working with the local media, Impact News and others, chambers of commerce, private businesses, other schools, the healthcare community.
It's like spreading the gospel. You have to spread the news, and it's just, we have so many ways to do that, but telling the story. And I think the more people we recruit that understand and know, it's like creating little megaphones, and that is something organic, can be super powerful.
When you talk to people, I think people intuitively are aware. But when you start talking about 1 out of every 36 child born is impacted by autism, when you talk about the local community where 50,000 individuals are impacted in northern Harris and Montgomery County, I think it brings a realism to anyone that I've talked to. I think that when you hear the numbers, it becomes real, and it's a cause that we all can rally around.
People can volunteer their time if they have particular interests or ideas that might very well supplement and help what we're all doing. And it goes without saying that financial help, or a combination of awareness, and then within the overall situation where someone particularly interested in volunteering, providing their own time and services, and then financial resources that they can contribute wherever and at as high a level as we can get.
But it's startling for the size of our area, and you could argue like, well, okay, but because of the size of our area, yes, but we haven't kept up with it. That's like a city not keeping up with the infrastructure. More and more people coming to the city, and if you don't have the highways and byways and interstate and all of that, you know what I mean? It's impressive. And again, I'm not a board member. I'm just someone that's just, I will cheerlead this and support it to the best of my ability.
The one thing I would say to everyone about Project Beacon Texas is we need your help. We need your thought process. We need your time, your energy, your effort. It's a tremendous charity, still early on in its life cycle, still in the building stage. So if anyone has the time or energy or effort to provide, whether that's working as a volunteer or joining our board, we need you.
We had done a lot of benchmarking and continue to do benchmarking and a lot of due diligence. But over the past year, it's become much more clear what our path forward is. And the plans are becoming more concrete for us. We have a roadmap. We understand where we're trying to go with it. We actually have a cash flow model and are learning how to create the sustainability and the longevity of a program like this, because it's not a quick one and done. The pieces are starting to come together. Those fragmented pieces are starting to come together, and we know the players are ready to go. And the community has told us that they are ready for us to go. We're looking forward to this year, to 2024 and beyond, and to continually serve, to continually document the wins, to see our folks grow, our Beacon friends, to watch them grow. And that's what we're looking forward to serve in a caring community and to create a community of belonging.